Hello everyone, today we are here with a special guest.
Alfred Wagner.
And he's gonna be here to, it's okay, you don't have to smile. He is here today to talk about his theory of,
Continental drift.
So, what makes you, what is your theory, how would you define continental drift?
Well, I believe that at one time, everything was together as one, but eventually have drifted apart to where they are now.
Interesting. So, what really makes you think that? What is your evidence towards that?
Well, one form of evidence we have are fossils. So certain fossils can be found in one part of one country and found in another part of one country, which would have to point to that at some point they were connected.
Anything else, or is that all?
Yeah. We also, there's a mountain, a range of mountains, like on America right here. Like by New York City. And then it goes, it's also in that part of another place. So that would point to that, maybe it was.
Wait, but what if it's just in the ocean? It's just forever. It goes on in the water.
Yeah, that could be true too.
So, how do you think
continental drift
came? How does it work? How does it happen?
Well, the thing is, we I know it happened, but see the thing is, I don't know how it happened. It for sure did happen. Just not sure how, not sure exactly how, but it did happen. It did.
Bruh.
Hello, and welcome to Hancock Evening News. Today we have with us
Harry Hess.
Alright, so Harry Hess is going to be talking to us about his new theory. And what is your theory called, sir?
My theory is called seafloor spreading.
Alright, so can you explain to us what seafloor spreading is?
Seafloor spreading is basically the idea that there are hotspots in the ocean's crust that is creating new magma, new material, and that's slowly been spreading out. It's been spreading out like a conveyor belt throughout many years of time.
So, how exactly did you come upon this theory and how did you discover it?
Well, for a long time, I was a Marine and I worked with echo sonar, so I was locating missiles, tanks, or any submarines that would be in the water. And I was playing around with it and I actually found a lot of really interesting stuff about the seafloor and a lot of different pieces of evidence for my theory of seafloor spreading.
And is that when you found the Mid-Atlantic Ridge?
That is when we found the Mid-Atlantic Ridge.
Alright, so what are some pieces of evidence you found when you discovered it to prove your theory of seafloor spreading?
One of our first pieces of evidence that we found was the fact that as time has gone on, there are different pieces of land that are coming up from these hotspots, which are magma, and as they spread out, it's older and older and older the farther it gets, and then closer to the hotspot, it's younger, and more has been created and it's been getting older the farther it is out.
And what's another piece of evidence you have to support this theory?
So it's the idea that throughout time, our magnetism, which is north and south, has been flipping the other way, so south on the top, north on, or however it's configured. And we can see that by looking at sand particles and sand in the ocean's crust, the top layer. And it's been different, pretty similar to age. It's been different textures, lots of different types, so we can see that over time it's been changing and moving along like a conveyor belt.
Wow, very interesting. I really believe this theory has come something. Now, would you like to credit anybody on your theory or upon this discovery?
I would like to give credit. In my time researching this idea, I came across some work done by a man called Alfred Wagner, and I heard I did a lot of research on him, and I found that in his time he was extremely ridiculed, and people didn't really believe his idea. And his idea was the idea of continental drift. And he had a lot of the pieces there, a lot of his evidence was really correct, but his problem was that he didn't know the mechanism of how the actual pieces of the Earth were moving. So this is me just going on the research that I found from him and finding the mechanism. So,
All right, thank you for your time. Back to you, Cheryl.